Who are you here with tonight? Your what? Your dad, where is he?
Logic back in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen.
This kid that I when he was 11 years old, I picked him out of the crowd and he came on stage and rapped my whole gang related. And it's crazy.
That went viral, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
You know this shit?
Yes.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the first verse together, just me and you.
Alright.
I haven't brought anybody on stage in a long time.
Well, I'm beyond excited.
Yeah, but you're killing it. So we're gonna run this shit back, and if the audience thinks you killed it, I'm gonna give you every single piece of merchandise that I have tonight.
Alright.
And he was rapping it all. Get down to lay down, hit you with the Beretta, you better stay down, straight shots at the
At
playground.
11?
Yeah, at 11. And he was like, Mom, can I say the bad words and all this? And he, well, actually, I brought him up twice, 2 separate times by accident. I didn't know.
Make sure this music is loud, and let's run this shit back one more time.
Hands up!
Long story short, I signed him. He's a producer. He's
Oh, my Lord.
14 now. This is his first major placement
What's
on
his
this.
name again?
His name is JRB.
So let me ask y'all something. Did he kill it?
We have the power to change someone's life. Whether we put them on our album, we give them a verse, we tweet out their stuff one time. But like artists don't really do that.
Did you have that for you?
Hell no.
Right.
But also like, you know, there were little moments here or
Right,
there,
right.
you know, like Cudi taking me on tour. That was the first cosign I ever got, Kid Cudi. So that was dope. The little things like that. But Cudi ain't put me on his album. You know, that'd been dope now. But I'm just like, if I have the power and the opportunity to not enable someone, but shine light and why not?
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do. And that's where I'm at. Just wait. You don't even know what I got. The next decade of my career is basically
Gotcha.
like, yeah.
You see it already.
Yeah.
It's written.
It's literally, I'm excited. And then there's this incredible queen. Her name is Nezi Mamadou. Came to America when she was 15 from, oh my God, why can't I think of it right now? From Africa. And her parents brought her here, and then she went to college, and now she's in her 30s, and I just discovered her rapping. She killed Nigeria. And she was just rapping. I'm just looking at this chick just rap. And like nobody really knows who she is. And so I hit her up and I'm like, yo, you are dope. Like you are dope. Like you're one of the illest rappers I've ever heard. Like male, woman, like none of that. Like you are just the dopest. And she was like, oh my God. I was like, will you be on my album? She was like, what?
Damn.
Like she like almost cried. Like she couldn't believe it. And I was like, yo, you're amazing. She was like, I'm just a regular smegular. I work in finance. I was like, girl, you ain't regular nothing. You are beautiful. You're amazing.
And
you're
you
talented.
found her where?
And I found her on TikTok.
Hey man, it's crazy how that can be a tool. You know, and when we say about social media, it's not all bad because you can find something. You could be blessed or be a blessing to something. You got to think.
See, but most don't though.
Right.
And I'm like, why not? I really believe this. As a musician, I've checked every, from the money, the fame, being recognized, selling out arenas around the world, like doing all, I've done it all. I even went to the Grammys. I feel like I won that night and I still ain't win a Grammy.
Right.
But that night was mine. I got to perform. It was really amazing. So that I think is the only thing on my list that of things I wanted was a Grammy. And now I'm like, I don't even give a damn.
Right.
Like for real. You know what I mean? So I look at cats like M and I'm like, man, he's just doing him. And that's what inspires me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know he knew who I was a couple years ago, and he like shouted me out on a record, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the next thing you know, like, we're on a song together. He's one of the illest dudes. He's so nice. And when I met him, I was all nervous. I was like, yo, am I being weird? He was like, no, man, you're cool. And I'm like, okay, cool. And we're like talking about rap, and I'm like, am I being weird now? He's like, no, you're fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then we're talking about some other shit, and I'm like, am I being weird? He's like, now you're being weird. I was like, all right.
Hey, man, I remember when I introduced Russ to Kanye West.
Really?
Because Russ loved Kanye. He loved him, and I was like, bro, I called Kanye. He spoke with him.
I ain't never met Kanye.
Oh, really, though?
Yo.
Man, and that's just his guy.
Now I'm jealous of Russ.
Nah, don't worry about it, man.
I'm going to call Russ like, damn you.
but just what, and I think that was his afterwards, like, man, everything was, I was okay, right? I was like, bro, you were beautiful in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were beautiful, man. And it's crazy because they tell you don't meet your hero.
Yeah,
but he met his hero in Kanye. It was time and it was beautiful.
That's dope.
It was one-on-one. It wasn't like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So yes, so sitting down with your heroes, bro. But you're the Eminem, the Kanye, you're that to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think that. You gotta know that.
It is weird. It's a weird thing. I try not to think about it. I'm just trying to, damn, I'm blushing. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, no, it's a weird thing to think about that, you know? And sometimes I do, and it makes me really happy. Because, like, I worked so hard, man.
Yeah, man.
For so long. And, like, now, like, I'm here.
And it's crazy, man, when you say you work for so long, so hard, people that really could listen to you would understand, like, dude, this dude works. This dude is lyrical. He cares about, like, what he puts out. And you can see you put a lot into it.
For sure.
You know, and it's crazy because, and I don't know if you look for that so-called validation of, does your name come up? You know, and the enoughs, is he hip hop enough? You know, who's this guy? He doesn't look hip. Like, there's a lot of boxes that we try to put people into that it feels like now. At one point, I feel you were worried about those boxes.
100%.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Now I'm just like, I'm straight. I'm in a sphere.
Yeah, and you got a Logic box.
Yeah, it's
you know
cool.
what I'm saying?
And I'm just me. And in that box, it's like one of them Russian dolls. It's like hella boxes in that box.
Yeah.
And it's like an infinite boxes of boxes. You know what's crazy? I'm so happy I didn't just like come out the gate and blew up. Like, I had this really slow burn. You know, my second album came out in 2015 and I was doing 5,000 cap rooms. And then so when my third album came out.
But even at 5,000, did you think like, man, 5,000?
No, I was like, this ain't good enough.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's because I was brainwashed, you know what I mean, by the industry and what's this or that or whatever. And then so when I got the worldwide smash with 1-800, it wasn't even trying. Because like my whole career, I was like, gotta get a hit.
Right,
Like if you listen to like every mixtape or album I did, there's like 2 joints on that I look back and I'm like, ugh. Because I was like, I was in the studio like, this is it. Wasn't nobody in the studio that day like, yo, this song about suicide about to go up. Like,
we going with this one.
Let's go. We in the club. Like, no, nobody thought that. And then once it happened, you know, I felt so solidified as an artist with my fan base, the Rat Pack, that then boom, it's like I was a household name and I'm at the Grammys and the VMAs and all this other stuff. I was like, I'm about to Tiger Woods. We about to follow through. And then that's when I came with like the bangers and I'm working with Marshmello and I'm making pop music and trap music and I made a hell of a lot of money. And now I'm here and I'm like, well, I made my money. I made my baby, you know, and I'm happy. I'm about to just be rapping, dog. Like, that's all I care about.